What's going on, Virgo? I hope you are doing very well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for March 16th to the 22nd, 2022. So in this reading, Virgo, we're going to take a look at some upcoming opportunities and challenges coming your way for the upcoming 7 days. We're also going to close off the reading with some advice and messages from your angels and spirit guides. So you are definitely very welcome here in this space with me, Virgo, as we go through this reading. I appreciate the fact that you are taking the time to check out the reading. Very much so appreciated. If you find that this general reading resonates with you, Virgo, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would also greatly appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pull the energy for you and see what it is that wants to come through. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for Virgo. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got cracking for you here, Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and crack into this reading for you. So let's start off in your opportunity slot, okay, for the 16th to the 22nd of March. You have the Ace of Wands, you have the Four of Cups, and you also have the Six of Pentacles here. So what's coming through for the opportunity is to start moving in a direction that excites you rather than one that doesn't. I think there's an opportunity for you to recognize an imbalance in your life, whether this is a relationship or a career. There's something that just doesn't give you the same equity that it used to, whether that be emotional equity, physical, sexual with a person. There's something that you used to get a lot from that it just feels like with this Four of Swords, with this Four of Cups, like, there's an energy here of, just it's no longer resonating. There's something you may not even know what it is, but the Ace of Wands is all about moving in a new direction, the ace, and there's something that's clearly more exciting than what you got going on. So there's this feeling of how am I going to shift this energy and start to do something that makes me feel more alive rather than feel dead. Like I'm getting this feeling of some of you feel dead inside, and the reason you feel dead inside is because the challenge in this reading of the Judgment, you also have the World. The centerpiece to your card is the World. So there could be a system, a person that you've reached the end of the road with that you keep hanging on, and the challenge is you haven't really made the proper judgment, the mental decision to move in a direction that excites you. Now, for some of you, like, this is going to depend, the severity of this ending is going to depend on your specific situation. So for some of you, it doesn't mean that you have to completely break up with someone or throw away your job. It just means that you have to act on what excites you while staying in your life. Now, for others of you, though, there's a serious consideration, especially in the Two of Pentacles here. There's this energy of going back and forth with just staying where I am, maybe with a person or in a job that, yeah, maybe it makes ends meet with the Six of Pentacles. Like, I still get something, but it just doesn't fulfill me emotionally anymore. And there's a direction that does, but there's a feeling of not really taking the call from Spirit, okay? Because the challenge, the opportunity, the Ace of Wands, the challenge is the Judgment. So there's some sort of thing that you're being called to do that's very challenging for you, because you may just be, I'm getting for some of you, you may just be physically wrapped up in something. Two of Pentacles, making a decision to follow your highest excitement for a period of time may temporarily take you back financially. So just be aware of that, okay? We're going to have to clarify what that's about in a moment. Now, Virgo, we move down here to the advice from your spirit guides. We have the Emperor. We have the Seven of Swords, and also the Two of Swords. So quite a conflicty energy in the advice here from Spirit. The Emperor card definitely says to make a decision, whether or not you want to fully remove something, a job or a person from your life. Whether you stay in this or not, you're going to have to be almost it may require discipline for you to move in a direction that excites you because of the fear that you have associated. The Emperor is someone who lives according, they are the star of their own movie. It may be that you're a cameo in someone else's movie where you're letting other people like run your life, is kind of a feeling that you're really meant to be out of. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to let go of the people. You just have to be the commander of your own soul. I'm really getting that strongly. This is not a reading for some of you where you have to completely like physically move. It's just an inner thing. But for some of you, it may very well be physical, because the Seven of Swords, it could indicate physical travel. The advice from Spirit here is, maybe gather the necessary information about why you're no longer excited, and don't be afraid to like look bad to other people. There's a feeling of guilt here associated with your job or associated with not moving in the highest. It's like you always are giving yourself an excuse to not really do this. So Spirit says you may have to go to a point where to leave some sort of system and like not be so like, oh, what do I do? You have to like be willing to like be a little bit edgy, right? Like look at all these swords. Like in the advice, be sharp. Don't be aloof, right? Make a decision. You're like a porcupine. Like be ready to if someone gets too close to you, you got some spikes up here. Virgo is the advice from Spirit here. So we're gonna have to see. But the Two of Swords again, you have this Two of Pentacles right above it. The number 2, making a decision, the challenge, and then the advice. It's almost like you're going to have to choose one. You're going to have to block out another one. Now, in the advice from Spirit, the Two of Swords, you see how behind this person, there's kind of like an island that they could be traveling to, but they're turned away from it. They're not even like acknowledging that it's there. So for a lot of you, you're still trapped in just staying with something that doesn't really excite you because you're not even acknowledging the possibility of the plan that Spirit has for you in mind, because your physical mind is not designed to perceive your destiny. It's only designed to keep you alive and to keep you safe. So you may be blocking out a timeline. So it may be required of you to really go into visualization, deliberately creating a reality, Virgo. But let's go ahead and move into the clarification portion of this reading. Two of Pentacles once again. So let's go ahead and see why why the Ace of Wands is here in your opportunity slot for the 16th to the 22nd of March. Why is the Ace of Wands here for Virgo in the opportunity slot? Okay, the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Outsider. The Five of Pentacles, so there could be a belief system that says if I follow my highest excitement, no one's going to like me anymore. I'm going to lose all my friends, and I could potentially even lose all my money. But guess what, guys? This is the biggest trick of the devil, okay? Through social conditioning, through a lot of even like kind of like dark means, people have been convinced to give up their true path in life for just being accepted by other people who are also just controlled by something that's not really letting them. Because there's a lot of dark forces in this universe, Virgo, that just want people to be a cog in the system, not follow their highest excitement, right? To keep control, to make everyone just a consumer in society. So I feel like there's just a big gap. Like the Outsider, like you could feel like this world of living a more passionate lifestyle is very far away from you. So something you may have to do is expand your comfort zone. Something I did before I was on YouTube, like for the last 5 years, I've been visualizing every single thing that's been coming into my reality. I've been writing it all down, and it's all been coming true. But when I first started out on that journey, and I had to admit to myself that, you know what, I'm not really passionate about this relationship. I'm not really passionate about going to college to become a professor. I'm going to do my own thing. I felt very far away from that vision. So what I had to do was expand my comfort zone where I would visualize wealth. I would visualize what it would feel like to act on my passion every day. Something where you need to bridge a gap of not really feeling like an outsider, because here's the trick of the devil. Start, having taken the false glittering bait that it's easy to, like people take a bait that like I can't actually live a lifestyle, but based on the laws of this universe, Virgo, what you put out is what you get back. If you're in a state where you're doing something that's more aligned with your soul, you're going to naturally be in a higher frequency, okay? So don't be afraid to really explore what it is what am I here to do? Because that's what you're here to do. Anything else is just like, it's a joke, okay? So it's all about following that divinely laid out path, and you're being called to let go of a cycle right now. So I know it feels scary, but remember the sharpness. It's almost like face your fear. It's almost like you have to realize what the consequences of staying in a cycle are, of not acting on your passion. It's more detrimental if you can play it forward enough than you really realize. So let's go ahead and move on, though. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, Virgo. But let's go ahead and see why this, why is the Four of Cups here in your opportunity? It's to recognize, to maybe, okay, the dream here. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups here, the dream. Some of you could have a love offer from someone from your past that you know is not good for you here coming up this week. So just be aware of that. For some of you in love, I definitely do sense that. But for others of you, the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups here, it's like to give up on a fantasy that's no longer fulfilling you, okay? Like there's something here with your life, like you thought your life was going to go a certain way, didn't really pan out, okay? You may have had an intuition years ago, Virgo, that I should just do something else, but then you went down it and then you had to learn. Now, no, that's not going to be for all of you, absolutely not. But let's go ahead and move here, Virgo, to your challenge, okay? I want to see why the World is here as the centerpiece to your reading in your challenge slot. Okay, the World is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. We are the world. Okay, so very similar message. You've reached at the end of a road. Something that just like kind of helps you get by here. This could be a job. It could be a person. Once again, you've reached the end of the road. The illusion has been revealed. It's not your end all be all. So you're essentially the 10 of Pentacles. There's no more expansion where you are, Virgo. In the physical world, you're meant to dive into the realm of spirit and to create something new. Part of the problem as well is when we have these downloads from spirit about the life that we want to create, it's hard to trust it, of course. Thank you, spirit. But I guess that's what wanted to come through. I was going to say this was something different, but spirit just put trust. You have to have trust in your vision, okay, that it can manifest, that it is relevant for you. So, damn it. Whatever, spirit. Okay, let's also go ahead and see why this Judgment card is in your challenge, okay? So here you're not really taking the call from spirit. Integration. You've already integrated a lot where you are, so it's time to use that somewhere else. Damn it, I really had something good to say, and then it just went out of my head. Whatever. I hate when that happens. Okay, the Judgment card is clarified by the Ace of Swords. So this is it's like clearly you know you're being called to move in a direction that spirit is telling you to do. Okay, so to fulfill your dreams, that's really what you have to do. Keep your thoughts on your original goal of whatever is exciting you, and abundance will come to you on its own accord because it's an accompanying attribute to your goal. It always works like that. Even though social conditioning, the devil has his tricks to keep you off your true path. Let's go ahead and move down here. Why is the Emperor card here in your advice position? Could be connecting with an Aries that may be of help to you, a mentor figure. Why is the Emperor card here for Virgo? The Emperor is clarified by the Participation card. Yeah, so the Four of Wands here. This is what's going to lead you. Like, you need discipline right now in your life. It doesn't even matter what you do, Virgo. You just have to move in a new direction and participate. This involves other people coming together. So there could be an Emperor in your reality that may help you make this transition, whether this be a mentor figure. You're meant to participate and kind of collaborate with other people. The number 4 also is all about stability. So the Emperor to the Four of Wands, creating some sort of stability in your life is the advice from Spirit. Okay, now, once again, in order to create that stability, I think you're going to have to be viewed as the bad guy by the people around you who are so used to you in this other life. And you're going to have to ice things out, you know. The Two of Swords is kind of coming through now as, like, you're going to have to get really, like, cut people out potentially. Like, I could tell you, Virgo, there's very few people that have, like, I could probably count on both hands, like, the amount of people that have my phone number right? And I noticed that success came to me after I was very careful who I let in. If you're just like going around with everyone, you're faking it with people who you don't really have deep conversations with. Like you hang around friends or family where you diminish yourself. You're like, oh yeah, this is just what I'm doing. You don't speak your future. Like you got to go create. Like to be honest, like to get where I am right now, like doing these readings, it may not seem like a lot for a lot of you guys, but like this is something I really went through a lot of transformation to be able to do something like this. And it involved less about what I said yes to and more about what I said no to. So you need to like state your vision. Don't be afraid to look like an idiot in front of other people. If people are looking down on you for expanding, guarantee you they're not very expansive. Okay? So don't be willing to do something that you know is for your highest good that other people are going to look down on you, because there may be a necessary thing. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more information on your situation here for this week or your life in general, feel free to book a personal reading with me. You can find all the information on that in the description box underneath this video. But either way, I appreciate you, Virgo. I hope you enjoy this reading, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.